What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into Dark Crisis issue number 6. This is the second to last issue. We are finally bringing this event to a close. It has all been building up to these moments. The Dark Army versus the entirety of Earth Zero. When it has come to the Dark Crisis event, well, I will say it has been relatively enjoyable. It is definitely an event that has been lacking, and I'm going to elaborate a little bit more on exactly what I mean at the end of this video, but the entire event has been building up for this moment right here. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, make sure you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so our story starts us off with the Green Lantern Corps. They are currently in Sector 666, with communication going in and out from Mr. Terrific. They are all waiting on the sign from Hal Jordan, but when the giant Black Lantern starts shooting black electricity out, we see the Dark Army. They come pouring out of the lantern, and as the Green Lantern Corps holds them off, we are taken down to Earth Zero. This is where the true battle is being waged. It is all-out war, from Raven versus Spectre to Darkseid versus Superboy, those that have not been possessed by the Great Darkness. They are holding off with everything they have, with Pariah restoring the multiverse that he has been so desperately trying to do. But to secure this victory, Earth Zero, it must die. It has to die for the infinite multiverse to live forever. A conversation between Pariah and Deathstroke. Deathstroke had been promised the end to legacy heroes. He had done what was asked of him. He got the army Pariah wanted. He created a crisis. Now he wants to be simply freed from the pain. Pariah lets him know that he will get his way as soon as this world and all of its heroes are gone. And so if he needs more slams to go to the slaughter, Deathstroke heads out to bring them. Deathstroke heading into the battle. He faces off against Changeling, and Gar definitely has a bone to pick with Deathstroke. Deathstroke putting a bullet into his freaking head. Gar has finally found that beast inside of him, no longer holding back, unwilling to let any more of his family be hurt by Deathstroke and all of his forces. As these two titans clash together, we are taken to Pariah's base of operations. We have our Justice League. They are trying to figure out how they can get out of here, because when Pariah left, he let them know that if you try to leave, all of you will die, that you guys are connected to these infinite worlds that he has created. But Batman knows that there has to be a way out of this. Even Pariah had been trapped here, but his influence has spread far beyond this at this point. This means that there is some way to get out, with Barry Allen letting us know that these infinite Earths, all the ones that Pariah had created, they are vibrating at a very rapid rate, each of them like molecules bouncing off one another. And when molecules get this big, you are bound to have some kind of explosion. That this explosion will bring everything into darkness forever. But Hal Jordan and Barry Allen, they have a plan. Hal Jordan was able to use Necron's connection to the darkness to follow him here. He is hoping that he can use the light from his ring to connect them to the rest of the Green Lantern Corps, kind of like an anchor to bring them back home. And Barry Allen is going to use his own connection to their multiverse, using the vibrations to navigate them through. Even still, they do not know if this is going to be enough to break this cosmic connection bounding these worlds that Pariah has created. So there is no guarantee that all of them will make it back. That is when Oliver Queen, he lets it be known that this is how it always is. Every time the Justice League sets out to save the world, they never know what can happen. Any day could be the day that they fall. Even him being the greatest archer in the world, he knows that missing his shot is always a possibility, but that would never stop him from taking the shot. By the dialogue, it seems like they're considering leaving Green Arrow behind. This is something that he is saying he wants to do, and while Canary doesn't want to leave him, he lets her know that he is always with her, even if they are side by side. It's very vague. It really doesn't explain exactly exactly what is going on. The implication is that Ollie is going to somehow be left behind while all the other heroes make their escape. But with Barry Allen and Hal Jordan joining their power together, this is when they begin to find the path out of the darkness. Meanwhile, back on Earth Zero, it is absolute carnage, with Darkseid just ripping people in half, with Nightwing doing everything he can not only to defeat the army, but also try to save his friends that are currently possessed. The problem with this battle is that they cannot get close to Deathstroke or Pariah, knowing that they need more heroes, knowing that they need more help. This is where we have Jace Fox Batman. Though he may be unwilling to join any kind of Justice League, he is unwilling to let them fight this battle alone, and he has also brought some friends along with him, from Connor Hawk to Booster Gold. With all of them seeing an opening, they go in after Pariah. Pariah using all the power that he is imbued with. We have Firestorm, Steel, Blue Beetle, Booster Gold, and Connor Hawk. Every single one of them, they disappear, bringing the Great Darkness more heroes, having new Earths created. This is the same exact thing that he had done to the Justice League. This also raises the question, if he has the power to do such a thing, why hasn't he done it with every hero on this battlefield? But we're gonna talk more about that once we get to the end of the comic. This is when we see Black Adam and Mr. Terrific having the antimatter cannon. Mr. Terrific has figured out the connection that Pariah has with the Great Darkness. It is being channeled through the antimatter cannon. They are hoping that if they can get it up and running again, they can take control. They can cut off Pariah from the darkness. They can cut him off from all of his power. But with Pariah recognizing the antimatter cannon now on the battlefield, he instructs the Dark Army to go after them. That is where we have Jonathan Kent and Yara Flor being the last line of defense. Our Superboy wastes absolutely no time going in after the Dark Army to hold them off. From Necron to Doomsday to Darkseid, even Kal-El could not face against these odds. Yara Flor using her lasso to wrap it around Pariah. She is hoping that she can show him the truth, to show him that all of this is for naught, that the darkness isn't trying to help him, it is trying to destroy everything. That includes everything that he loves. And though the voice has told him everything he wants to hear, with Yara Flor trying to show him the truth, he denies it. He refuses to believe it. Breaking free from her lasso, we see Jonathan Kent just getting the hate brought down on him. These are odds that he could never win, as he gets hit with some Omega beams from Darkseid. We see these individuals just start beating the heck out of John, with his suit being torn as he bleeds from his face. He does everything he can to try and hold on, but he is outnumbered. He is outgunned, with Mr. Terrific and Jace Fox being able to get the cannon online. We see a prism surround Pariah. This is cutting him off from all the power, and we see him slowly beginning to disintegrate as he turns into nothing more than ash. He has finally gotten the death that he has so desperately wanted. This means the Dark Army is beginning to fade away, but they are not all gone. This only gives them a fighting chance. With Superboy beaten to a pulp, he bought our heroes enough time, hoping that he made his father proud. We have Doomsday coming in to deal that fatal blow, but before Doomsday is able to crush in Jonathan's skull, his fist is stopped by none other than Kal-El himself. Superman has returned, with Jonathan finding the power to fight back. Him and his father, they deal a heavy blow to Doomsday, sending him flying back in the opposite direction, letting his son know that I am proud of you, that you held them off. You did what needed to be done, and while it took me a while to get back to you, Superman and the Justice League, they had made a couple of detours before they had their arrival. That is when we have the Justice League along with the Green Lantern Corps. They come descending from the sky. sky. And so the battle continues. But the multiverse is still in danger. The damage Pariah did with his infinite Earths, it is still happening. With Mr. Terrific getting in communication with Alan Scott, we learned that the Great Darkness is still spreading across the multiverse. Whatever Pariah had kickstarted, it is still ongoing. And so many are wondering, if Pariah has been stopped, why is the army still possessed? The problem is, when a power is this strong, it doesn't simply disappear. The corrupted darkness must have gone somewhere else. That is when we see Deathstroke. With Pariah being gone, Deathstroke is now in charge, imbued with all the power that Pariah had, holding Nightwing in his grasp, having his own daughter by the throat. He had a contract. Legacy heroes are meant to die. They are going to die this day. And so this war is not over until he has had his say. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You know, like I said, all in all, it's an enjoyable series. It's an enjoyable event that is currently ongoing. My biggest problem, and this is a problem with both Marvel and DC Comics, is that we have individuals like Darkseid, Necron, freaking Sinestro is in this battle, even Spectre, and they severely underpower these individuals. The truth is, Darkseid could very easily clean up this battlefield by himself. We saw the Pariah, he made 5 heroes disappear in an instant. With so many heavy hitters on the battlefield, it really does make it just unbelievable that this battle would go on for this long. The truth is, the Great Darkness, the villains, Pariah, they have the upper hand. They have the real heavy hitters. Individuals that have killed Superman in the past. And that is a one-on-one. Yet somehow, individuals like Nightwing, now don't get me wrong, I love Nightwing. I think he is a super awesome character. He has great power, great ability. But at the end of the day, he is not a metahuman. He has no ridiculous power that can keep him alive in this battle. It would take one Omega Beam, one punch from Doomsday, and he would be out of the battle completely. And so the power scaling of this battle, it really just makes it unbelievable. And then to further, we already know that this is going to end with all of our heroes going back to where they belong. So there is no risk, there are no real consequences. The stakes simply aren't there. It really feels like DC Comics just didn't want to commit to another crisis. This all could just be them trying to push out what remains of 5G, because they got a ton of backlash from the idea of the 5G initiative and trying to salvage that, but also kind of throwing it to the side. That is why we have gotten Dark Crisis. And really at this point, it's looking like the only person that might not actually be here is Oliver Queen. Visually, this comic is beautiful. I love the artwork. We have Raven going against Spectre in this, which is definitely something that Raven deserves, because she has been underplayed in a lot of DC Comics, be it the main continuity or one of the Elseworld stories. All in all, I'm going to say I'm going to be happy when this event ends. It has been a rather disappointing one, even if it is visually beautiful, because instead of fully committing into the Dark Crisis event, they have 1 foot in and 1 foot out of the door. And this leads to an unbelievable and unrealistic comic, one that doesn't really have any huge impact into what is going to happen next. But let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories. If you would like to get caught up on everything going on with Dark Crisis, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It is going to get you completely caught up on everything going on with this limited series event. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership, much like Patreon, having 5 different tiers from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to getting free comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you are unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, make sure you like this video, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.